Hello, Doge fans and crypto fans. Welcome to Kriss Packs Live here on Wednesday at 5 o'clock East Coast time. Hope you're all doing well. And here we have Dogecoin over 8 cents, as I predicted earlier today. Yes, I made a video at noon today. Got it out about 12:30 or so. Hope you watch that. Get updated on stuff going on with the Dogecoin network and Dogenals and how things are getting mucked up, all of that. And then I followed it up with, but watch the live stream as we talk about potential breakouts. So that's what we're going to talk about today is potential breakouts, Dogecoin as currency, and then some other interesting things going on with a few other crypto projects. I know you guys like airdrops, so we've got a little thing about airdrops, Ethereum, Chainlink, some other things. So we're going to talk about all of that today. Let me get down here in the corner and 8 cents, it's a start, right? It's a start. It's no breakout, but nice trading today up. We were down at 7.8 early this morning, and this is good trading. And what's going on? Well, Bitcoin trading up over 44,000. That's good as well. We looked at the crypto bubbles and we're like, hey, that not bad. We've got like mostly green. Big shout out to to Tom Crown on Monero. He called the XMR turnaround, and that was a good call. XMR, if you didn't know, was delisted by Binance, a security token, right? Security coin. Binance is just covering their butts, I guess. But it just turned right around. I mean, that's crypto, right? That's crazy. But you know what's even crazier? You have a major blockchain that goes down, and for 5 hours, it can't do anything. And then people just keep buying the thing. Solana up 4%. It's like, what the heck? How does that happen? I mean, with stocks, you get something that's out of commission, right? People like dump the stock price goes down. But Solana had this little dip and then it's right back up. It's like it never happened. It's like, how does that's crypto. That's just crazy crypto. Then you have Cardano over here, which is in the red slightly. I mean, Cardano hasn't ever gone down, right? And it's like just biding its time. And as you guys know, I rotated my Solana stash into Cardano a few months ago because Cardano always follows Solana. It has in the past, but now Solana just, I don't know. We'll see. And here's Doge, just hanging out in the green, doing its thing. Not one of these big ones like Caspa, right? Or Celestia. Just hanging out. So I like the bubbles. Bubbles, again, gives an overall view of the market, what's going on. And we're mostly green. So That is good. Yes, Saul, sometimes online. That's good, Jeff. Solana almost made it a year without any stoppages, or maybe over a year, I forget, but couldn't do it. Welcome to 2024, Solana. Welcome to 2024. But people are just buying it and it's going up. It's like, I don't know. That's the craziness in crypto, though, and that's what we got going on. So Dogecoin. What are we going to talk about Dogecoin for? Let me check in. Let's go see how everyone is doing. Mars, welcome. Adam, welcome as well. Jason, welcome as well. What's up, crew, and all of that. Ron, hello, hello. Let's go. Let's go. Pietro, excellent. Doge at 8 cents. It's a start. It's a start. Vincent says still holding. Miyu just keeps asking for that big O face. We got a long way to go before that. And there's Jeff with his then Joshua, Saul, trash. But a lot of people made a lot of money last year on Solana. 10x. Ugh. Craziness. Hey, D, check the spelling on Kriss there. Check the spelling on Kriss there. That's all I say. Because I'm unique. I'm different. And we're just hanging out talking about Doge. Lord Drip, hello. Doge Community says hi as well. And that's one of the things we'll talk about here. Why Dogecoin, right? We'll get into that in a little bit. And I got a hint. The community is one of them. The community is one of them. So that's good. That's good, Drip. That's good. So Dogecoin. Dogecoin kicking into overdrive as Doge wallets grow at fastest rate in history. And so I covered this in my video earlier today and showed like one of the upcoming big NFT projects coming for Dogecoin and the Doginals, right? The DRC20 protocol where you can mint NFTs on the Dogecoin blockchain. It's a lot cheaper than Ethereum, a lot cheaper than doing it on Ethereum. But the thing about the Dogecoin blockchain is Dogecoin doesn't have like a big full-time team, fully employed, working on stuff like Cardano and Solana do. It's the Dogecoin devs volunteer their time. They accept tips. There's a tip jar, right, through the Dogecoin Foundation. You can help out the devs. You can even suggest ideas to the devs. There are times when they're accepting ideas, things to talk about with the Dogecoin blockchain. But if you've got a long-term project, and this is, I responded to a tweet the other day on this, is if you've got a long-term project, Dogecoin is not the place to do it. You get, for the short term, yes, it's cheaper because Dogecoin fees are really cheap. So it's cheaper to do something like minting an NFT on Dogecoin. But if you've got a project that you're looking for a long-term endeavor, Dogecoin's not the place to do it. Go to one of those, like a Solana or some other blockchain, and go do it there. And don't muck up the Dogecoin network, because we want Dogecoin as currency. And so what's happening is you get all these new wallets, and we showed this, and I've got it here again in just a little bit, like how many wallets were created in such a short period of time. I think it was, yeah, here it is right here. 413,800 new wallets added in the past 2 weeks. And most of those new wallets are only holding 0.001 to 1 Dogecoin. That's it. They just have some Doge in there, you know, some little Dogecoin dust in there to pay whatever the fee is for whatever they're going to do. And because of all of that activity, everything happening with Doginals, there's some delays on the network if you're trying to transfer Doge, like to an exchange to a wallet or wallet to an exchange. And so we heard yesterday Robinhood was having some challenges transferring Doge. And then we also heard from Exodus Wallet, Doge transfers on and off were being delayed, where instead of being done in like a couple minutes, it was taking like an hour or half an hour to an hour to complete that transfer. So that's not good. That's not good. But like I said in that tweet post in reply, I think this is just a short-term deal. Just like we saw with Bitcoin last May, when ordinals on Bitcoin started taking off, and there was this huge muck-up of the Bitcoin blockchain. Well, that all evened out, and now everything's fine. And I think the same thing will happen with Doge. So I'm not worried about this. This doesn't worry me at all. It would if it turns out to be something else, which somebody suggested in a tweet that there's going to be an attack on the Dogecoin blockchain with bots and other things. People who don't like Doge doing stupid stuff like that. That's something the Dogecoin devs can do something about. So they're talking, and we'll see what happens with that. And I'll keep you up to date on that. So that's one of those things about Doge. It's a decentralized blockchain. It's just there. And it's got protocols, and you can do stuff on it if you want. Most of us are just accumulating Dogecoin, buying Dogecoin. We want to use Dogecoin as currency, and we want the price to go up. So we don't worry about all of this stuff. We just want the price to go up, right? And that's going to happen. But we have this stuff to deal with. So we have that. Then, Dogecoin price rally, imminent. Imminent. The funding rates are interesting, is that there are a lot of people betting on the futures now. And that futures funding is growing because there are more and more whales getting on board with accumulating Dogecoin now and betting on the future of Dogecoin to go up. And the futures funding that we see increasing by the whales points to what? What does that point to? They're not doing it to lose money. They're not doing it to have sideways trading through the rest of the year. No, they're doing it because they think the price is going up. That's what the signal is here. Dogecoin price has consolidated within a narrow 8.2 cents to 7.8 cent range since the start of February. So we're a week in, right? And Dogecoin has just been kind of doing its thing, right? Sideways trading. Some of you buying Dogecoin on the dip, 7.7 cents. We had a couple of those that dipped right below 7.8 to 7.7. I know Mars got some of that. I think Jason has been accumulating some there. So that's happening. This is accumulation time that we have. After a week of tepid price action, bullish speculative traders showing signs of initiating a breakout. And that's how Dogecoin goes. And you'll have to excuse me, I've got my notifications on my phone because I'm expecting I need to take a break for just a minute here in a few minutes. So hold on. But I've got a fun video to play when I need to take a break. So I apologize in advance for that. But you'll hear my little notifications because something I got to take care of that's going to be happening sometime between 5:15 and 5:30. The broader meme coin sector has made a negative start in February. SHIB is down 4%, Bonk down about 9%, Pepe down about 5%. Doge going kind of sideways, right? So a lot of this is a rotation of memes out of some of the older, even though these aren't really that old, but older, chasing some of the new meme tokens. Many of you are chasing something that's already gone up, and you're probably bag holding some Myro or something, who knows? But overall, that's kind of what happens with memes. But with Dogecoin's not doing that chasing. Maybe some of you have sold a little bit of your Dogecoin to go chase something. I guess that happens. But most of you were on board for Doge. So speculative traders, after this week of consolidation, Dogecoin speculative trends are showing conviction to initiate a price uptrend. Sentiment, yeah, Sentiment, I refer to them a lot. Their funding rate tracks changes in fees paid by speculative traders maintaining their positions in derivatives market, and it is on the rise. Look at this huge uptick in futures funding. These funding rates mean that long position holders are paying higher fees to short traders in expectation of booking higher profits when prices move up. This is futures trading. This is done all the time in stocks and other cryptos, and they are now looking at Dogecoin. Why would they be doing that? We'll get to that in a minute. Of course, you know some of the answers to that, but this is what is happening here. Whale investors, speculative traders are also leaning increasingly bullish this week. And what do we have today? We've got an uptrend. The price is trending upwards today. That's what we see happening. So, could this be the start of a breakout? Now, you guys have been listening to me and you know what I think. I go on my daily chart and I'm like, I've got this big descending wedge here. And as we're getting down near the bottom of this wedge, this is what I see. Maybe by Friday, we're going to see some kind of dip. Maybe Friday. And here we are, what, Wednesday? So we're a couple days away. By the way, I'll be live again Friday at 5 o'clock. Will we be seeing a dip on Friday? Now, if Friday there's a big dip, you guys will be saying, yeah, Kriss Pax called it, right? This is what we typically see with trading, is we see a move to the downside, flush out the leveraged longs, they get liquidated, and then we have a break. And now we'll go all the way up like this, probably not, but we could see a move back up over 8 cents, maybe hitting 8.5, maybe consolidating a little bit there before moving up to 9, that kind of trading. But this was just as an example to show, like, that's what can happen with Dogecoin. So again, many of you are just accumulating right here on these little dips. This is at 777 is this orange line right here. We could see something a little lower. Now, I have some cash on the side waiting for this. If it doesn't happen, it's a small percentage of my overall portfolio. I got out of Fetch AI. I have cash sitting there waiting to buy something. So I am waiting for this dip to happen. We will see. Oh, Mars, it's your favorite number, 777. That's good. I hope your average is lower than 777, though. And you're averaging up with your purchases now. So this is what I'm looking at, is this kind of movement. Will it happen? You know, it's happened before. I showed this. This was back in August into September and into October. We had this triple bottom at 6 cents. We dipped down below to 5.6, 5.7, and then we broke out. It was an immediate breakout. It took like another week, but eventually it broke out. That's the kind of action we saw. This is playing out the same way. It's playing out the same way. So that's what I'm looking at on the chart. Dogecoin. So we've got that. Dogecoin whales enter a $27 million buying spree. Will Doge price reach 10 cents? So this is also whales just accumulating and buying. We see that in the whale wallets, the accumulation of more Dogecoin. When the whales are accumulating, it's time to watch what the whales do. They're the ones who control Dogecoin more than anything else. Well, except for like the catalyst that finally happens. And we're waiting for that. Unfortunately, we don't have the Doge One Mission happening in February. It is delayed. Well, I'll show you an article on that, just an update on that. but it's not happening now. So, yeah, so we have that. And I have to respond to this. Hold on just a second. This is the first part of this. I need to take care of just to get this. Paste and go. All right. Just taking care of things one at a time there. All right. So we got the whales controlling. Dogecoin price can surge 300% in 2024. Where would that take Doge's price? 24 cents. Right? 3x, a 3x to 24 cents for Dogecoin. How can that happen? Well, we've got number one, increased on-chain activity we just talked about. We talked about this uptick in wallets. We talked about the ordinals, the doginals. I don't think that's something that's really going to spur Dogecoin to break out. In fact, there are many who think this is more mucking up the network. Okay, so we have that, but it's people using the Dogecoin network, which is generally good, right? Generally good for them. Growing real-world utility. Several cryptocurrencies are currently competing for space in the crowded market. There are some that are scams. Got to be careful of those, especially when it comes to airdrops, things like that. We'll talk about airdrops in a minute. Be careful connecting your wallet. Just be careful. My advice, if you're connecting your wallet to some new airdrop thing, make a new wallet. Just make a completely new wallet on a Trust or MetaMask or something that you haven't used before. Put in the little bit of ETH or Solana or whatever you need in there, and don't have any of your other tokens in there. Do not connect a wallet that's filled with all your tokens to some airdrop. Don't do it, because you don't know. Just be careful out there. That's what I say. For cryptocurrencies to remain viable, it must offer utility to holders. So you can get short-term gains on these meme tokens, right? You can go after some airdrops and maybe just sell them. That's what a lot of people do. So you got to be careful with airdrops, because you don't know if that's going to be a real long-term project or not. We don't know if Jupiter is going to be a long-term project. Right now, it seems like a good DEX. You could do swapping and trades and stuff like that. But is it going to last? Is it going to be a long-term thing? Hard to say. Dogecoin has already formed partnerships with several industries and continues to expand its utility. Now we're talking, right? We've got news articles now saying, hey, Dogecoin has utility, not Dogecoin is trash, Dogecoin has no utility. Now we've got news articles saying Dogecoin has utility, right? Beyond cryptocurrency, Doge has already been adopted by major companies. Newegg accepts Dogecoin. AMC Theaters accepts Dogecoin. Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks accept Dogecoin. And more, we're seeing companies accepting Dogecoin as payment. Many of them are through BitPay and these other third-party companies that allow different companies to accept not only Dogecoin, but they'll take Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of a number of other cryptos. But they talk about Doge because Doge is what gets people's attention, right? Not like Litecoin. It's like, woohoo, AMC Theaters is accepting Litecoin. Who's going to care about that? But Doge? Adam Aaron was talking about Dogecoin, though, and got a lot of people thinking about, buying movie tickets with Dogecoin, which I have done a number of times. I buy my movie tickets with Dogecoin. Again, I bought my Dogecoin at 2 cents. Dogecoin is now at 8 cents. So I have 4 times the buying power with that Dogecoin. So if I'm going to spend $16 at the movies, well, for me, that was only $4 because I bought the Dogecoin at 2 cents and now it's at 8 cents. That's the buying power of Doge. So you buying Dogecoin at 8 cents and the price goes up to 24 cents, right? You get 3 times the buying power of that Doge. That's the power of Dogecoin as a currency. You buy low, you accumulate, and then when the price goes up, you use it then, and you've got that additional buying power. That's why Dogecoin works. Partially why it works as a cryptocurrency. It also works because it has super low fees and fast transaction times, as long as you don't have the Dogenals mucking up the network. So, furthermore, Elon Musk, right? Tesla. We know Tesla has Dogecoin. Merch. You can buy. I bought merch. A lot of people bought some merch, Tesla merch. Can't buy a car yet with Doge. That could be coming. SpaceX. Well, how about the news that SpaceX just charged Geometric additional Dogecoin to reschedule their Doge One mission? How about that? In order to reschedule it, SpaceX said, you got to pay us more Doge. So there was another big Dogecoin transaction that happened this week from Geometric to SpaceX. SpaceX has not said how many Dogecoin they have, but they have Doge. And they already paid years ago for the initial funding, funded entirely with Dogecoin. They already paid that. Now they had to pay more because they had to reschedule. So a bunch of SpaceX engineers had to sort of fix things. So, because Intuitive Machines, their lunar lander is still going to the moon, and it's planned to take off next week. That SpaceX rocket is taking off next week and taking the IM-1 lunar lander up into space, and that lunar lander is going to the moon with a bunch of NASA stuff on it, so they can do a bunch of experiments and things on the moon. Unfortunately, there's no Dogecoin on the IM-1. The Dogecoin was on the Astrobotic one last month, and that didn't happen, unfortunately. But it will come again soon. That opportunity will come again soon. So this Doge One Mission, when it does happen, exemplifies the coin's increasing credibility and utility. X payments. We had the X payment handle appear, sparked speculations that Doge will soon find utility on X. For tipping, peer-to-peer payments, payments to content creators, there's all sorts of things that X payments could use Doge for. That's the big one. That's the big one that we're waiting for, is that. Dogecoin price can surge thanks to strong community support. This is number 3. We got a great community. Of course, all you guys hanging out with me, love that. Talking Doge. There aren't other channels like mine that talk like about Dogecoin like this, right? Where I give it to you straight. I keep it real. Even the disappointing things, yes, but it helps you guys to know all of the information. Because look, you bought Dogecoin, or most of you did, right? It's good to know, what did you buy, right? What did you get yourself into, and what's going on? So I do this almost daily, videos 3 times a week, live streams, to keep you up to date on what I see going on, as well as having some fun too. Because why not, right? Why not? Have a little fun. But I'm not the one who's going to be telling you that Dogecoin is going to be $1 tomorrow, right? You can go to other channels and you can hear that crap. Will Dogecoin go to $1? I think it eventually will. It's just not going to be this week, guys, because I don't do that stuff. I got accused of that somewhere on, I think it was a comment someone made. It's like me and crypto trade signals, and he does that kind of stuff, but you're not going to get that from me. I keep it real. You know that. Could I get like more subs and more views and stuff if I just constantly like shilled Dogecoin and always said it was going to the moon like Matt Wallace used to do? Yeah, I probably could, but that's not me. And that's why you guys come here to hang out, because you want to hear the real thing. So that's why we're here. But we do have a great community. There's a great community on Reddit. Yeah, some of the Redditors can be a little mean to some of the newbies. You kind of have to be careful there. But Crypto Twitter, X, Crypto X now, there's a great community there. You can ask questions. People will answer. That's where I am. I view Reddit every now and then. I don't really actively participate in Reddit, but I am more active on X, so you can follow me there. The Bitcoin halving is going to have a big impact on all cryptocurrencies, not just Dogecoin, not just Bitcoin, but all cryptocurrencies. We already see a lot of mining companies that are building up for the halving because they're going to have to work twice as hard to get the same level of rewards, of Bitcoin rewards. And we already see a lot of them spending Bitcoin. Unfortunately, they got to sell some Bitcoin or use Bitcoin to buy additional space, additional rigs, because the competition is going to be fierce after the Bitcoin halving. That's what's coming for Bitcoin. I predict there's going to be a lull in trading for the month of May, and then we can take off from there. Of course, summer months sometimes, in stocks, there's like sell in May, go away, buy back in September, October. There's a lot of people who do that for stocks. Crypto has seen some of that. Certainly last year, 2023, it was tough, especially in August. Remember that? Remember us sitting here in August and Dogecoin was just barely above 6 cents? That was tough times. But we got through it. Now we're at 8 cents. Hey, that's 33% up, right? That's pretty good. Should we be higher? We all think so. Now's a good time to accumulate. So we've got developments continuing on Doge, the Doom game. We played that a couple weeks ago, remember, right on the blockchain. That was fun. But then it's like, yeah, that's probably not good, though, mucking up the Dogecoin network, right, with a video game. But it's just one of the fun things that can be done. This will fade out. Nobody will remember this like 6 months from now. And you're not going to see a bunch of people posting games onto Dogecoin. I just don't see you're going to see that. So with many more meme tokens regularly entering the market, Doge remains an investor favorite. For the above reasons, Dogecoin price can surge 300% in 2024. So that's what we got. That's pretty good. Dojo, yeah, Elon actually just talked about Dojo again. I think it was in a different context for AI. But I don't think he's forgotten Dojo for Doge either. I don't think so. So why did Bitcoin go up today? Because, just because. More people buying than selling. Yes, that's part of it. But a lot of this Bitcoin is, again, it's anticipation, right? Speculation that the Bitcoin halving is coming. Interest rates in the United States are going to be lowered. You've got more institutions buying into Bitcoin. This is accumulation, and you start getting more and more buying. And you see the price reflective of that. That's all it is. With Bitcoin right now, it's not any one catalyst that's going to make Bitcoin go. It's going to be this growing demand for not being left behind on Bitcoin. We had Michael Saylor, right? Just say in January, MicroStrategy just bought more Bitcoin, right? And I updated my chart on that. If you guys want to see that, here's my MicroStrategy chart. I updated it. They now have 190,000 Bitcoin. They have invested $5.9 billion over the past 3.5 years. Of the company's money, $5.9 billion invested in Bitcoin. Their average price on Bitcoin is now 31K. That's their average, 31.2. With a current price of 44,300, their total current value of all their Bitcoin is 7.7 billion, leading to a $1.8 billion profit. $1.8 billion profit is what MicroStrategy currently has for Bitcoin. People see that. Institutions see that, and they say, I should get some Bitcoin. Others say, Bitcoin has already done a run. Maybe I'm going to buy something else that has potential to outperform Bitcoin. What is that thing? What is that currency that can outperform Bitcoin from here going forward? JD made this post today, and it was just at 4:30. Dogecoin. Crazy how dumb money was in love with Doge at all-time highs. Right? Everyone was talking about Dogecoin, April and May, right? 2021. But you don't hear a lot of talking about Dogecoin outside of our crypto bubble. But it's coming. Expect the falling wedge to break out from the Dogecoin Bitcoin pair. And I've been showing you the Doge Bitcoin pair myself. This is JD looking at it. Also, expect, and he's saying that this breakout is going to happen before April. That's what JD says. I don't know. It may take a little longer than that because Dogecoin needs like its own catalyst. And if it's X payments, it might not be till the summer. But also expect more dumb money to jump into Dogecoin as usual, but it's not going to happen until Dogecoin is already mooning. It's already taking off. That's when all the new money is going to come into Doge. We have an opportunity here to buy Dogecoin before that happens. So this is his chart on the Doge BTC pair going back to April 2021. The all-time high for Doge was 74 cents. For the trading pair, it was 0.000. How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.00001. And since then, well, except for when Elon bought Twitter, right at the end of October of 2022, which was that spike, Doge has just been lagging compared to Bitcoin and is now at the lowest it has been since the April 2021 jump in Dogecoin. That big green spike right above my head here. So that is the Dogecoin BTC trading pair. So this is someone else. Now, JD is not all Doge, right? He does Bitcoin and crypto charting. He's looking at this Doge BTC pair and he's saying, look, this thing's going to break. And he's expecting it to break to the upside. Doge versus BTC. And this is what I've been saying for the past couple months is if you are buying today, your Dogecoin is going to perform better than Bitcoin buying today, in my opinion. Is that 100%? No, we don't know that, but we know how Dogecoin has spiked before. And if it's outperforming Bitcoin on these spikes, it can happen again. So, what do you guys think about that? That's pretty cool. Bitcoin right now, just under 44.3. Doge, 8.02. Solana broke $100 again. I don't get it. Solana blockchain goes down for 5 hours. And look at all these people buying Solana. I don't get it. Cardano finally back over 50 cents. Okay, that's something. Cardano had this big sell-off yesterday. I do not know what that was for on Cardano. The big mover, Sheeb did okay, back over, 5 zeros and a 9. We're still looking to knock off a 0 there, but Bone, the Bone token is up 10%. Bone token. I know Bull Run just bought a bunch of Bone. I bought a bunch of Bone, expecting Bone token takeoff. That's the gas on the Shibarium, is the Bone token. So, we'll see. I just thought it was good to have some of that. So that's what's going on there with Dogecoin as currency, right? Dogecoin as currency, that is its real world utility. All of these Doginals, the ordinals, the NFTs on the Dogecoin blockchain, I don't know if the Dogecoin devs are going to do something about that or not. We'll see. So let's take a break here before we get into other cryptos. Let me see what is going on here. Gene says, I buy Dogecoin every day. Don't listen to fake news. Mars feels the pump coming. D says 10 cents by the end of the week, which is very optimistic. I think we're going to see a little dip in the crypto market by the end of the week. Again, this is just me looking at the charts, looking at the trading, and we will see. So be here Friday at 5 o'clock, and D, you can tell me I was wrong, okay? You can tell me I was wrong if we don't see a dip in the market on Friday. But that is what I am looking at. So C says that Doge won't work. Well, it's not like a Visa, like millions of transactions per second, but I don't think X payments is going to need that. It's not going to need that kind of transaction speed or volume to be able to handle it. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what Elon most likely would be willing to test it, right, on some portion of X. Because that's what he did with Tesla, right? He said, we're going to try it out on merch, right? And he did. Tried it out on merch. I could see him testing a little bit. And we'll see. Do you think Elon is testing Doge? I think he will. I don't know if he is now, but I think he will. He's got to get those money transmitter licenses, right, in all the states. But the engineers on the backside could be working on something for X payments. We don't know. All right, going to shift gears for a minute and talk about what else is going on. So Dogecoin right now is, again, a top 10 cryptocurrency. Okay, so here's Doge, back to number 10. Chainlink is now 12. Chainlink had passed Doge last week, if you remember that. But then Dogecoin traded up and repassed it. So Dogecoin back in 10th. Tron is trading up. Look at this Tron move, which I don't get, but so be it. Apparently it's a fast network. But I don't really support anything that Justin Sun does. Yes, Doug, I can read your note. Hi, welcome. So Chainlink down to 12. Why did Chainlink drop from 10th back down to 12th. Now there was an unlock, right? A bunch of link tokens were unlocked there. So flooding the market with new tokens is never good. We see that with Optimism sometimes. We see that with Aptos. We see it with a number of different cryptos, and that's not good. But Chainlink is going to come back and recover from that, I think, and could repass Dogecoin. So we'll see about Chainlink. There are big whales accumulating Link. When Link dipped, when there was that unlock of all those tokens, some mystery whale accumulated $42 million of Chainlink in 2 days. It's like, wow, that's buying the dip, right? That's buying the dip big time. They tried to hide it they created 47 new wallets. So each of those wallets had up to $1 million worth of Link in them. But online, you've got these like Look on Chain and these other spies that look for blockchain activity, and they find this stuff out. So it's like, guys, you're trying to be sneaky by creating all these wallets, but we found out what you did. So that always happens. The whale alerts, things like that. It's kind of interesting to see them when they see stuff going on, but this was a big one. Was on Link. So big accumulation of Link happening. Ethereum's Denkun upgrade is coming. It's been tried out on the testnet. It's looking maybe to be on the mainnet, which means it'll be live probably in a little less than a month. So for Ethereum, again, this is like what they call dank sharding. It's going to help with some of the processing times, and is going to significantly reduce transaction costs. So this is the big problem that Ethereum is always facing, right? Is this transaction cost, high gas fees, right? They're working on it. And if this is coming out and it will lower those gas fees like they think, look out for ETH. Just look out for ETH. Also, Ethereum restaking app. So this is the Elgen Layer. Elgen Layer, it's a new liquid restaking platform. It now has like $4 billion of value of ETH locked for staking. Now, why people aren't staking their ETH elsewhere and why they're doing it here, I don't know. Maybe there's some additional awards or something you get through Elgen Layer. I've not heard of them before, but this is huge. It's just like more and more staking, and the more that is staked, that's the more or higher percentage of that currency, of that crypto that is locked up. And so we look at the percentages that are locked up, like Cardano is really high. It has high TVL in lockup. It all just helps. It all just helps. And all of these signals, they're pointing to later in 2024, us seeing a historic bull run across the crypto market. All of these signs are leading to that happening. Oh, also, Pith. Pith Network is the other one. They're going to be doing these airdrops coming up for 160 different dApps for Pith. So Pith is one I've been looking at. Again, I own Chainlink, but I haven't bought into Pith. But now it's like Pith is going to be this next big oracle that could really take off. And so I'm watching Pith right now. Oh, excuse me.
Well, I mean, I could really sort of wax on about the nature of money for hours because I played a significant role in creating PayPal.
Right.
And so my understanding of the money system at a fundamental level of how it actually works, the detailed mechanics of it, is, I think, there are very few people that understand it better than me. Bitcoin is an interesting example, obviously the prime mover on this, but the transaction volume of Bitcoin is low, and the cost per transaction is high. It is, at least at its base level, suitable for maybe an exchange, a store of value. But fundamentally, Bitcoin is not a good substitute for transactional currency.
Right.
And even though it was created as a silly joke, Dogecoin is better suited for transactions.
Why is that?
The total transaction flow that you can do with Dogecoin is substantially more than, like, transactions per day is much higher than, has much higher potential than Bitcoin. It is slightly inflationary, but that inflationary number is a fixed number as opposed to a percentage.
Right.
So that means over time, its percentage inflation actually decreases. And that's actually good because it encourages people to spend and rather than sort of hoard it as a store of value.
So there it is. There's Elon. Dogecoin is better than Bitcoin for transactions. And we've got this guy, Neil Kashkari from the Fed, basically saying, oh, Bitcoin, it's a terrible inflation hedge. Has anyone bought anything with it? What is going on with Bitcoin? No, Bitcoin is a store of value, right? People are hoarding their Bitcoin. They're not spending their Bitcoin. And what does Elon say? Same thing. Bitcoin is a store of value. Dogecoin is better for transactions. So if Elon says that, it's like, you think he's going to use Bitcoin on X for payments? No. Now, will he include it along with Dogecoin, or you have an option, use Doge or Bitcoin? Maybe. I would prefer he just use Doge, of course. But yeah. So that was kind of interesting, that little bit. And then my last bit of news is just an update on Doge and SpaceX. A new launch date has not been set. Again, this is the Doge One Mission. What Samuel Reed says, he is the CEO of Geometric Energy. He says, he apologized. He says, look, we've paid Doge to SpaceX for rebooking the Doge One mission to the moon. It's going to be something after IM-1, which is going next week. Could be Intuitive Machines missions such as IM-2 or another mission, depending upon when the Doge One satellite ships to Florida. So still. Oh, I got to take this. Hold on just a second. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. See, CDM, if you were at the beginning, you would have heard me say I had this thing that was going to happen and it just happened. So got that taken care of. It wasn't quite car insurance, Jason, but it was similar. But something I had to take care of was going to happen. I'm here. We took care of it. All right. Doge. Looks like we're dropping below 8 cents. Oh, come on. Back here we go. 8 cents. Bitcoin, just hanging out here above 44K. So we'll see tonight how this trades forward, whether we stay above or not. This is big run. Usually there's going to be a little retest going to happen. Just typical trading. So, hey, dancing Doge. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few more red candles in the next couple hours, a little retrace, maybe back down to 795, 796, somewhere in there. And we'll see whether this holds up. But yeah, that is what we expect to see with trading. Follow me on X, Twitter, if you haven't already. Here's my profile at ChrissPax, where going live at 5. So for those that didn't catch it and were on Twitter, you would have seen that I was going live. So follow me on X, Twitter, and then here's an update for our ChrissPax DCA portfolio at 37%. Had a nice good run today up, which is good. We're up about $300 since this morning in our portfolio. If you want to be part of this portfolio, join my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube page at ChrissPax on a computer, not on your phone, because it doesn't work on a phone. Got to be on a computer, and hit that join button. And then you will see that you can join the channel. You can have your name in green, like Jason, KP have, and a little check mark next to your name. You get to use fun emojis in the chat, and you will be part of me giving out 75,000 Dogecoin when we sell this portfolio at the top of the bull market. 75,000 Dogecoin, guys. I appreciate if you subscribe, like the stream, subscribe to me if you haven't already, but you got to join to be part of the giveaway. Dogecoin giveaway from ChrissPax, from this portfolio, because this portfolio, again, already up 37%. I put in $10,000. We're now at $13,787. Where is this going to be a year from now? And I know you're thinking, oh, it's a year from now. Well, the earlier you join the channel, the more Doge you get. That's how it works. I've got it weighted. Those that are already members are going to get more Doge than people who are going to be joining from here till when we sell. So that's how that's going to work. But it is going to be a big Dogecoin giveaway. And I've got 75,000 Dogecoin here. I'm going to sell all of these others that are here because I need my $10,000 back, plus whatever additional profit there is. That's what I'm doing. And I mean, some of these are, look at Render, it's up 211% already. Our Bitcoin is up 63%. Our ETH is up 48%. Our Algo is up 67%. So yeah, this portfolio is doing very well. And we bought all of this back in July, August, and September, and into October is when we bought all of this, where I thought the bottom of the altcoin market was in 2023. And we see that. Now, did I buy all the right winners? No. But it's doing pretty well. But again, we're almost half Doge. Doge is down to about 43% now of the overall allocation of the portfolio. But performance compared to Bitcoin, it's close. It's close from when we started. The Bitcoin we bought was even lower, so that's why we have a 63% return on Bitcoin. But Doge, hanging out. We're up 30% on the Doge, but we're waiting for the big catalyst to come later this year. And we know what Dogecoin can do when that happens. So that's what we've got today. Again, give a like, subscribe, join the channel. You want to be part of the Dogecoin giveaway. I'll be back on Friday at 5 o'clock, and I'll have a video or two between now and then to keep everybody up to date on what is going on with Doge and crypto. We're having fun. It's all good. It's all good, guys. I hope you're well. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.